Hi everybody, welcome to Great Books, Big Ideas. I wanted to do a Friday Reads update, May 31st, 2024. I did complete one book this week, and that is this one, A Gathering of Old Men by Ernest J. Gaines. This was a little library find, little free library find, and Ernest J. Gaines, here's his photo here, and he was an author from Louisiana, and his most famous book is probably A Lesson Before Dying, which was nominated for the Pulitzer Prize and got the National Book Critics Circle Award for Fiction 1993, and was an Oprah's Book Club selection in 1997. He's also well known for the autobiography of Miss Jane Pittman from 1971, which was turned into a very famous television show or series, mini-series maybe it was. And I remember watching that when I was a kid. So this is my first Gaines novel. This was a little free library find. And let me talk a little bit about the premise of the novel. It focuses on a character, Candy Marshall, who's a white plantation owner, and she discovers that a white Cajun, Beau Bouton, has been murdered, shot in the yard, and we presume that a black man did the killing. His name is Matthew. And Candy was raised by this black man, so she seems to want to protect him, and she gets the help of 17 other old black men and tells them to come to the house, bring your shotgun, and they all have the same gauge of shotgun, and take one shot and empty that shell. And basically, like, when the cops arrive, everyone admits to doing the crime, including Candy. So the police chief, Mapes, the sheriff, he doesn't really know who to charge for this crime. And then meanwhile, there's a sort of a menacing character named Fix, who's the father of the murdered Beau. And when he gets word that this has happened, he's going to gather up a lynch mob to go after Matthew. And then the plot sort of works its way out from there. This book is told from multiple perspectives. So each chapter is narrated by a character in the first person, and they're all seeing things from their own point of view. They're all like participant narrators, so to speak, and so you get that interesting multi-perspectival effect. What I did find was there wasn't a whole lot of distinction in the character voices as you moved from chapter to chapter, which I thought was maybe a slight flaw with the narration. But some of the characters do stand out that way, but it seemed a little bit like you just felt like it's the same author just narrating for each voice. But it does give you like these perspectives, and it's a lot of the black characters are narrators, and then some of the white characters are narrators. And I'm leaving out some of the subplots and things that are interesting. But overall, you really get a point of view as these older generation black men have kind of had enough of the racism. They've had enough of the abuse, enough of the lynchings, enough of the dark family histories that they attest to. And there's a portion of the book where they're given the opportunity to kind of speak their truth, and it's very eye-opening that way. And then there's this whole matter towards the end of whether a lynch mob is actually going to come try to get him, and it does that's a little bit complicated, but I don't want to give too much away. But I think there is a lynch mob that does attempt to execute vigilante justice. But I'll save it, the climax for you to read, to find out if you want to read this book. And I thought it was a very satisfying read. Like it's a sobering picture of racism in the Deep South, and but it's also very frank. It's very honest. There's a little bit of humor in there, and it's an interesting tale, and it's very condensed into this, basically just this one day slice of life when this murder occurred. And it was definitely a good read, an easy read too. Won't take you long to get through it. So Ernest J. Gaines, A Gathering of Old Men. I recommend it. I would read another Ernest J. Gaines if I come across it. But what I'm going to do is take this back to the little free library and bestow it on someone else. Hopefully they'll discover it and really enjoy this read. Let me know if you've read this novel or any other Ernest J. Gaines books, and if you have recommendations, let me know. Let me know your thoughts about this one. And that's it for this week of Friday Reads. I did start reading, finally getting around to Kill a Mockingbird by Harper Lee. So I thought, I finished one novel set in the South, and let's go over to Alabama and see what's happening with To Kill a Mockingbird. So I just started that, read 1 or 2 chapters. We'll see how it goes. So far, liking it. And let me know what you're reading if you want, and hope you'll come back to the channel soon. Thanks a lot.